So welcome to the new kitchen. Look at the difference, y'all, of this room. So what I'm gonna do is pan out and let you guys see this. It's cluttered right now because we've had trash in here, we're moving. This kitchen looks nothing the same. So the walls are stuccoed. It's to look like an adobe house, a pueblo, southwestern. And the walls were red. Some kind of red stain. This is one coat. I'm back over here today. I'm going to, at the new house, I'm going to paint again with a second coat. I'm thinking 2 coats will get it. It may take 3 with the color that I went with. So this right here is Glidden from Home Depot Sand Fossil. I wanted a yellowish tint, but neutral tone. Now, the reason the walls were red, and I get it, the person that did it has terracotta tile in here. It's more of a pink cast, but it was pinker with that red. They were competing with each other. And so I wanted to get rid of that red, and we're gonna leave the tile here in the kitchen and great room, the den. That inspired kind of the Western theme. I'm gonna stick with it. So you can see our copper range hood over there that we spray painted. We still have not touched it up yet. Countertops. We had an idea. We had a lot of free granite that we were going to use and do a granite mosaic. After looking at all this and seeing these dark cabinets pop against this light color, I am going to go with a live edge countertop with natural wood. There's a door over here that I'm going to show you guys that we are going to paint. It's never been painted, and there's light trim that's never been stained around the door. So we're going to stain it to match the trim at the base that matches the cabinets, so you can see all that. So guys, I'm going to flip it around and show you up close what this paint color looks like after just one coat and what paint will do for a room. It opened it up. This room was so closed feeling. It's a large kitchen, but it still felt so just suffocating because it was red and dark and all that. Now there's a ceiling fan behind me. We're going to switch that out. It's got kind of like palm leaves on it. We don't want that. This is going to be a completely southwestern theme in this home, and just some paint will go a long ways. So you walk into the kitchen and it's absolutely humongous now. There's room for an island, but I don't think we're gonna go for that. So I'm gonna start right here. There's an older stove or oven, excuse me. We're gonna leave that for right now. It'll probably have to be replaced. These cabinets you could not see in the pictures. You couldn't. And again, there's the terracotta tile. I'm gonna keep the southwestern theme. So over here, we've got the original countertops. I do not want those. They're just about the wall color. They have more of a green cast in real life, and the wall has more of a yellowish beige cast. But in the camera, these walls are picking up more yellow. Just be aware of that than they are in real life. So this was my first experiment here. We laid down a towel on the countertop, and we were going to do a granite mosaic to match the floor, because this beige piece has burgundy all in it, and this piece has peachy all in it. We thought it would match. The problem is, to grout it, you really need cement. So my husband went and bought this. We were gonna stain the cement because I didn't like gray cement. And then we found 2 bottles of brown. I know you can buy some online. The brown color to stain cement does not look brown to me. It's not what I was going after, and these cabinets are so dark. I didn't want anything bright on the counter. So we're gonna go with a live edge wood counter. And I'm thinking a medium tone, that will be beautiful. So the counters originally were light, the walls were dark, couldn't find the cabinets. So now we're gonna have medium floors, dark cabinets, kind of dark countertops, and then light. So it all will blend together. I can't get over how the wood looks in here after the wall has been painted once, okay? So if you're ever painting, don't paint over a plug. Now this will come off. That's some of the red, you can scratch it off, or you can change out the plug. Be careful when you're painting. This was already here. Well, we're gonna try to fix that. But the walls are beautiful, I will say. The person did stucco everywhere to make it look like an adobe, a pueblo look. And it's gorgeous, but you could not see it with that wild paint color. Now, I'm gonna have color in this house. My last house, everything's neutral throughout the entire house, except one little room, our utility room, is red. And I just want color. But in the kitchen, this needs to be bright, and there's not much color that you can put with this terracotta to make it look right, in my opinion, especially in a kitchen. It's hard. So all the granite's gonna go away. We just laid it here, just trying to play with it and see what we could do. I don't know. I wish there was some way we could use this. The problem is it's so thick and heavy. Not much is going to support it. My husband was even worried about the countertops. He was going to put all sorts of additions on top of the countertops to support this granite. And I know battling grout's going to be tough, especially with huge lines, even if we sealed it, which we obviously would have to. So we're going to skip that mission and keep going. But just look at it. Now, I inserted the little clip of us taking down the backsplash. Now, what I'm thinking here is I found some beautiful tile at Home Depot. It's like a true terracotta. See, when I think of terracotta, I don't think of this color. I think of like a burnt orange, a deep, deep, deep orangey red, rust color. That's what I like. And the person that had this floor said when they got it, they said this was not what I, had intended. Me and my husband may replace this down the road. But for right now, we're going to keep it in here because we're having to replace flooring so many other places in the house. And it's all on a style preference, to be honest. There's one area that had water damage that we're going to have to replace in the bathroom. But otherwise, this is just a personal choice. Now, this is a brand new stovetop. Brand spanking new. Only problem is, if y'all have followed me along, I can, and you cannot can on a glass stovetop safely per recommendations. The food may not get heated or it may damage your stovetop. So that's a downside. So I would rather invest in a gas stovetop right now or in the nearer future than a different color floor because I'm going to have a Western theme in here. So it all will blend by the time I'm done. $10 worth of spray paint. And see, when you back out the copper and the terracotta, that pulls your eye up from the floor to the range hood there. To me, that looks very good. And I'm going to have all these little accents everywhere sitting out on the live edge wood countertop. I think that will be beautiful. Look at this wall over here. Now, that's one coat. There was an old phone jack in the wall. My husband took that out. And yesterday, he put new sheetrock in. You would never know where it is. I won't even tell you. But we were very blessed because the stucco stuff. So we didn't have to make it perfectly smooth. In fact, we tried to make it bumpy, and he went and bought the textured wall spray. If I can find that, I'm not sure where it is. I thought it was laying in here. But anyways, he used that to make it look without doing all the stucco stuff. So look at this wall now, guys. It's crazy. The open space. And again, I'm getting ready to paint this. What I love, now this trim down here, I'm going to have to clean it up. The person had a coral paint on the wall at some point. That's not my paint. That's old paint splatters, and this was all covered up by cabinets. I get it, okay? No one's perfect, and it's old, it's an older home. But what I love about this is if you look at this color, like right here, it's not picking up as much yellow in the camera. This looks just like, as my husband said yesterday, when you look at the trim up, that looks like the Alamo. When you look at the textured walls, you look at that dark trim and that yellowish tint neutral. That's what I'm wanting. There's even a window here in the kitchen that goes out into a sunroom. I'm going to cover that up with some curtains of some kind. There were blinds on it. I took it off. Now, my husband had to caulk. We're having to do a lot of adjustments. This right here is caulking to seal the cabinet. That was already there where they had the kitchen yellow at some point. To seal the cabinet in, and around the window here, look at the trim, guys. Look at that with that color. It's perfect for Western. He had to caulk all around the windows. Those were not caulked, so we had to fix that. Next, we've got a door here. So the door is not painted, and we've got this trim that we're going to have to stain. I need y'all's help. The door is white, and I need to know what color to paint that. So y'all throw out some suggestions. I want it Western. I want this door right here Western, Western, Western. I don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb. My husband mentioned navy to go with the floor maybe, or even a turquoise. I thought maybe go back to the rust color. I don't know with this flooring. That's bothering me. I don't like the white door in here. I think it'll look better when the trim is dark. I don't know yet. Now it's got a blind in it. I've got the blind pulled up. Then you've got this side of the kitchen. We've got to fix a door up under the sink. Actually swap out a door. All up under here. I mean, it opens it up so much. Now the person that painted the wall before with that red, look at this, where they bumped the ceiling with the roller. So what we're going to do, and I think it'll make the room look even more rustic and better, is we're going to get some trim. And everywhere at the ceiling, we're going to put stained trim to match the base trim. It'll box the room in, it'll make it look even more rustic, and it'll cover all of that at the ceiling. You know, in any home, you're gonna have little marks here. We're gonna try to fix that. Hardware was pulled off the drawers. We've got the hardware. But, you know, for $18 and a can of paint, look how far we've come. And then $10 for the range hood. That's how you can change a room. Now, I'm getting ready to do a second coat. I hope the second coat will be enough. We may need 3. We may need 3. We're going to have to buy some little stuff. Like, we've got light fixtures with no covers. I've got one right there. And let me tell you this. Before you paint, put your wall putty down and sand it. Now, we're not sanding this because I want it to look like the rest of the wall, unless it's just some humongous clump. But if you've got nail holes, be sure and patch those in. And always take off your light fixture covers. I just put them in the cabinet up above the sink. It's a huge wall right here. I may hang some kind of artwork. A shelf would be okay. I'm not really wanting a shelf there. I might, I don't know. But that and this backsplash over here, and I've got an idea for this. What I'm thinking, as I said, there was tile at Home Depot. It's terracotta and white, and it's got a design on it. And what I really thought was getting a tempered glass cutting board with a design on it. And my husband said he could put it up here and grout it with tile around it, like framed in. And why I said tempered glass cutting board is because it's cheap, and if anybody wants a design tile, like with just say horses on it, if I want some horses here, guys, it's insane. Look at spending about $300. That's online. You don't even know if it'll get shipped to you in one piece, okay? So I said, what about the glass cutting board? He said, well, I like the idea because you can wipe it smooth and it'll be pretty. It'll be any kind of design you want. You can even customize those. I could put a picture of myself up here if I wanted to. So, and they could do it for you. And I thought, you know, that would be perfect. So right now I'm kind of on the hunt of some kind of Western artwork to tie in that copper and terracotta to put back there with that terracotta tile around it. And we've got some spare of this that's in the bathroom where we're having to pull it up. And they're in pieces that are whole, but I don't want that size up there. My husband says he thinks he can cut it with a certain saw he's got to do it like a 4x4 tile. But I just don't, I foresee the flooring getting replaced. I really do. But I think by the time that I get like some Aztec looking rugs here, get one there, get your colors tied in, some artwork over here, have this as a breakfast nook area, I think we'll be looking good, guys. I know one thing, compared to the house that we're in now, this is huge, okay? The square footage is almost tripled. So we're very, very blessed. It's a lot of fixer-upper stuff. Like the cabinets need cleaning. That's, you know, they need polishing. I don't think they've ever been cleaned or polished. You know, this stuff you can fix with a little elbow grease, and I love coming in and flipping something around. So one last time, here's your color. And this is the can I used yesterday. This is Glidden Sand Fossil. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting ready to open it now. So let me give it a good shake and I'll come back to you guys and show it to you. All right, so here we go. There's your color. Now I know in the camera it's looking yellow down in there, but you can see the color right now. That's the actual color. That's what I would call it. It is just the most beautiful beige. It looks like everything I can find for Western interiors. If you want a house that looks like Texas, then there you go. So that's just, in my mind, what I would like to have. So anyways, I'm gonna pour this out. It's just beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. All right.